Welcome to Let's Play Eador Genesis, the campaign mode. I've already made some Let's Plays in German and some in dual language, German-English. This is a Let's Play about the campaign mode, which is quite different from the free mode where you can build everything and recruit every troop there is available. In this campaign mode, you're island hopping. This is not to be confused with the island hopping of the Second World War, Japanese Americans. This is a world broken in parts. You have got one main part and there are other parts drifting around. Every of these parts has single benefits, like special buildings. When you conquer it, you can build them in any further conquest you do, and money and gems or other benefits that you can take to your next conquest. Saying if you conquer this island, for example, you get these buildings for to construct the blueprints for it. This does not mean that you have these buildings automatically in your new fortress when you assault a new island, a new drifting world, but you can build them. Without this, you can only build the basic buildings. So it's very important to conquer the islands that give you the buildings you are used to build and you know how to use. This 2 down here will enable you to start with more money or more crystals. But if you do that, it will cost you energy. You're getting energy every turn, so you must decide, do you need these resources to conquer this island or not? Those of you who know Battletech and the clans and their way of fighting, you will know the bidding technique. It's very similar to that. Well, first of all, we have to decide in which level of difficulty we're going to play this. I prefer expert. Here stands very hard. Well, it's equal. You're getting no bonuses, the enemy is getting no bonuses. So this is fair. I, for my part, think that's okay, so I take expert. Now, we are getting a beachhead on this island. A start. Now it's always, when you select the island to conquer, you get some information. What kind of terrain is there? More islands, more hills, water, whatever. And sometimes what kind of enemy to expect. Furthermore, it tells you the size. Tiny means this is quite small shard. You see this? There are not many provinces. And in one of these provinces is the enemy. He has a hero and he is after your butt. That's how it looks. Good to know is what is a good start. I already made a video on that too. I, for my part, prefer the scout. Why? Because it's very hard in the beginning to get a decent range fighter. You can get for the wizard, but you do not have the crystals to support him. And you need the crystals for the quests and for the special events that occur. So that's not good to take at the beginning. A commander, it's always been my favorite. The problem is the commander is not a good ranged fighter. And to get good ranged fighters in the beginning, you can only go for bowmen or for crossbowmen. Problem is you need wood and ore, which you do not have at the beginning. Second possibility is to go for slingers, but they do not get better. You know, these are your beginning units. You decide 4 of them and then you cannot build the others. It's not very wise to build melee level 1 units. Why? Because in this first island it's okay because you're not getting any better units, but from the principle, first level melee units cannot stand against a second, third or fourth level unit in melee because they do not have the hit points or the armor. But your ranged fighters are not getting that better. So that means a level 1 ranged fighter can always participate in a combat because he can damage a level 3, 4 or 2 unit if he's in range. So these are useful units. Level 1 healer units are useful. Level 1 magic units are useful. I thought of trying to build an army in the beginning based on these sorceress types, shamans, but the problem is you do not have the crystals for that. So what you have in the beginning is some money, and as I think the best units is to build a tavern, 1 round, do nothing, buy a hero for example. What is the main disadvantage of the scout? Well, his equipment wears down. He runs out of arrows and his equipment gets damaged and he must go back to base. That's a drawback. The fighter, he slows you down. In the beginning, he takes a lot of damage, he must be healed, you need a healer, and he's not that fast. And when you attack ranged units, he must walk through a hell of arrows and bolts and stones and whatever. So he is one of the warriors, one of the most powerful units in the end of the game, but not in the beginning. So I take... this is the most useless ability. 10% more money. You are not getting much money out of that, but we're scouting in the first round. Oh, wonderful halflings. We start trading. Is always good for 1 gold more per round. Does not sound that much. It is not. So now we need units. We buy a barbarian camp. Why? Barbarians are wonderful units. They do not cost much money. They hit quite hard. And they do the job. So we are deleting this too. Why? Because they only cost money and are good for nothing. So now we can already go for some trouble. I think we try this large village stands here. This could be a quite good defense, but we'll go for it. We go for it and take a look. 6 militiamen, slingers, spearmen. Well, we are 4, there are 6. We try. Perhaps we can use some terrain to our advantage. Does not look that way, but let's try to find out. We have no spells to speak of, so we can just let them come nearer to us and start shooting them into oblivion. So look at these barbarians. Conan would be proud of them. Now this one should go back and this one goes forward. 13, 14, 14. But that one we can kill. Well, now is the question, which one can we damage? Who is more important? I think him, because he can do more damage. Oh boy. But a barbarian does his job. Always. And that's the reason I like them. Look at this. They're hurt. But the enemy is dead. There's nothing more we can ask for. Ah, iron and land of the dead. And horses. Ah, fate is not good to us. You say, why not? These are wonderful resources. Yes, they are, but they're very good protected. Lizardmen know how to fight. And the hamlet is not that small. And land of the dead means undead. And I'm not talking of 1 or 2 undead. I'm speaking a hell of undead. So what can we do? we will walk back to the main base and are trying to get some spells ready. And try to get some healing. Is there anything we can fight? Goblins should be possible. Depends on how many are there. We're repairing ourselves. We're getting our spells ready. We can look for how the money is. Oh, we're still positive. Hooray! Is there anything we can build to help us? No. We're very... Oh, look at this web. This sounds good. Now let's look what comes next. 5 goblins. That is not... that should be possible if we can do it the right way. Goblins are not that bad as you think. The main problem is their moral. How many hit points does he have? Well, how much damage do we do? 9, that's not enough. Oh, that was not that nice. Oh, that was not good. Perhaps we can do something about that. Boy, I'm bad. Well, perhaps we can jump back in time and save this one, but command is real good. And we got the money to buy what we need. So I think what we're doing now is we try to get a healer. Why a healer? Because a healer will help us to attack more often and more frequently. As you can see, we're still damaged. Well, there are 2 possible ways to solve this. We're still positive on money, but I think we need more land. Settled land, settled land. Well, let's try. You see these small icons? Means arena, a place to buy something, and what the heck. Do not know what this one is. Chainmail store, arena. Oh, clear, the hivelinks. Our money bags. Well, we'll see on the next play how we do. Well, I see you then. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.